Hi guys, in this tutorial we're going to be taking a look at how to work the picot edge. This is a really simple technique that can be used for either crochet or knit projects. To get started with the picot edging, you want to begin by attaching your yarn into the corner stitch. So I'm just going to go underneath the first V here. I've got a tail of about 6 or 7 inches, and I'm just going to pull some yarn through that first stitch. So now I'm going to be sure to push the tail end off to the side. And using the working yarn, or the yarn that's coming from the skein, I'm going to chain 1. And then in the same stitch space, I'm going to work 1 single crochet. So now we've got our yarn nice and anchored to the fabric. Into the next stitch, we're going to work our first picot. To do this, we're going to begin by working a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to fasten this, and it's going to create the ridge. So we're going to fasten it to the single crochet that we just created. And to do that, we're going to go, you can see the top of the stitch here, and we are going to go through that V, and then you can see the front of this stitch, and we're going to go right through that. Okay, so now we have 3 loops on the hook, and we are going to just pull through all 3. Okay, so there's our first picot. Now we're going to work 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So here's our first, and here's our second. Now we're going to work another picot stitch and then 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So this is our repeat, and we're going to do this until the end of whatever fabric we're working with. So let me show you the picot stitch, show you the whole repeat one more time, beginning with the picot stitch. So into the next stitch space, we're going to work a single crochet. We're then going to chain 3. Into the single crochet that we just made, the same stitch, we are going to go in through the top of the V, and we are going to slip stitch. I like to go also through the front of the V as well. Everyone has different ways of doing slip stitches and things like this. So however you do it is fine, okay? If you just go through the top, that's totally fine. So in the next 2 single crochet, we're going to put 1 in each. 1 and 2. Okay. It's important to note that there are lots of different ways that this technique can be worked. And so the variations are the height of the ridges, and that is adjusted by working fewer or more chains. And then the spaces in between the ridges can be adjusted as well. And all you would do is simply work more single crochet or whatever stitch you're working on, right? That's another thing, is you're not set into, this could all be half double crochet instead. So when you look at other videos and you say, why are they all telling me to do different things? It's because the number of spaces in between the ridges is going to depend on the weight of yarn that you're working with and how you want it to look. If you want there to be more of these, you can do it, and it's going to make a really frilly edge. If you want there to be fewer, absolutely, you just put more stitches in between each one of the ridges. As for what stitch you're working here, that can also be adjusted. I'm showing you with single crochet because that's the most common. If you're wondering how to make these adjustments for yourself, I'm going to show you up close really quick with this, sort of what it is that I'm looking at as I am deciding that there's enough space for this to lay flat. And so you can see here, this first stitch is slanted to the side. So this is a repeat here, right? It is picot and then 2 stitches. And so picot coming back, doing the next stitch, it's like warped at an angle. And then this one is parallel with the fabric. So now I know I've like reset the yarn and I'm ready to do another one if I want to. There can be as many spaces as you want. So as you're working this, just know that you can play around and you can see how you want it to look with your particular fabric. It might look better a different way. So have fun with that. Another thing you can adjust, like I said, is the number of chains you're working here. We did 3 in this tutorial, but you can absolutely do more. I wouldn't do less than 3. 3 seems to be sort of the common starting point for picot edges, but play around and see what you like. There really are no rules, so I don't want to hear it. I saw it in a different video, we do it different. You can do it however you want, okay? But this is the way to do it, to make it nice and flat. So I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, please be sure to comment below. And I'll see you in the next video.